Started with 500, on my way to a meal, closed over 100 deals. Can't change us. It's the game changers. It's the game changers.
You want to ask yourself every single day, am I doing everything possible to reach that goal? Don't get too far of yourself. Stay in the moment, stay grounded, and continue to push every single day. Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Bryant, and we got a special guest with us today. We got my guy Ike in the
What's
building.
up with you, man?
It's good, bro.
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
Yes, sir. So this is the first time, so let's bring it back. Let's talk about where you from, and let's talk about your upbringing.
So really, I grew up in Baptown. So
Where's that at?
That's in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Okay.
It's a small city. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm from. But I grew up a little bit in Louisville, Kentucky. That's where most people is familiar with, is Louisville. But, you know, my upbringing wasn't the best. You know, everybody goes through trials and tribulations as a youngin'. So, you know, I played sports and stuff like that, but was always getting into trouble. Was a knucklehead kid, you know what I'm saying? Really counted out my whole life. So as I grew up, I just used that as fuel to get where I'm at today. So
You had any like hustles growing up?
yeah. So when I hooped, I used to sell shoes. So I feel like everybody used to do that.
Yeah.
But like my mama, we didn't have a whole lot of money. So if I wanted a new pair of shoes to hoop, you know, if I wanted a new pair of shoes for school, we wore a uniform in Louisville. So, you know, when you wear a uniform, the only way to pop your shit is to have some shoes.
Yeah.
So that's really what put the hustling spirit in me, is showing up to school every day with the same shoes on, and everybody else, they mama's getting them J's and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, you know, and that's how I got to hustling. But then, you know, growing up, once I hit like high school, I worked a job for a little bit, and then as soon as I turned 19, I bought a box truck and started a moving company. And I was doing that for a little bit.
What made you do that?
I like lifting weights and I like sports, so I was like, shit, I'm lifting weights for free. I might as well pick up some furniture and you know, move it for money. So that's what got me into business. And then I was like, all right, you know, it was all word of mouth. I didn't have to do no marketing because I was in my hometown and everybody knows me. So that's kind of got my feet wet with business, and then just transferred into real estate. So
Okay. So what was that first introduction into real estate?
So I was hustling. I was doing a little bit of everything, like gambling, you know what I'm saying, shooting dice.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, you know, I was coming up really any way I could. And then I ended up running into this dude. He went to prison, and he had a house for sale. He was going, everybody through the hood was like, hey, so-and-so got this house for sale. So-and-so got this house for sale. I'm like, shit, what's he want for it? And he sold it to me for $15,000.
Damn.
Because he needed money on his book.
A whole crib for 15.
But it was a full gut though.
Oh, okay.
So it was down to the studs. There was no floor, no bathroom, no kitchen, no nothing. So I'm like, damn, I don't know what I'm doing, but I always knew, like, people used to tell me, get into real estate. Like, I would look up stuff like, what do rich people do? What do wealthy people invest in? And real estate was always one of them things that popped up. So I started researching it more, and I didn't have anybody in my neighborhood really telling me what to do with the money. Everybody knows how to hustle and get it, but nobody knows what to do after that.
Exactly.
So it's like, all right, I need to do something with this money, because putting it in a shoebox ain't cutting it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can kick in the door. You know, my mama done stole from me before. So it's like, I got to really figure out somewhere to store this and where it appraises in value over time. So I bought that house. It was a full gut. Didn't know what I was doing, but I learned through trials and tribulations, hiring the wrong contractors, people half-assing the job, and then I ended up fixing it up all in. I was all in for $55,000, and today I still have it. It's a rental.
You ain't even sell it.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, I ain't sell it.
So what made you not want to sell it? Because that's usually first people's thought. Like, oh, I'm about to flip this real quick and then run another place. So what made you keep it as a rental on your first deal?
Yeah, so really the only reason why I didn't sell it is because I didn't need the money. Okay. So for me, it was like, all right, I'm really putting this money into real estate so I don't have it in my closet. it's not so really, I wasn't really thinking as an investor.
Yeah.
I was thinking as just, let me just have something, worth something. Because I've seen so many people like, just growing up in the hood, it's like, all right, you got all this money, you go to prison, or you know, your girl take it from you, or something happens, and then you got nothing to show for it.
You back at zero.
You a has been, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, bro, I can't go out like that. So that's really why I held on to it. It was like, I'd rather rent it out, make $1,000 a month. That way I know I got guaranteed money coming in every month. I don't necessarily need the cash.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got into my second one too.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so my second one, I bought that one from a guy who owned a plumbing company.
Okay.
And he was like, man, I'll give this to you for the low. I need some extra capital to fix a bigger job. And he sold me that one for $40,000. It really didn't need any work, but I stuck a renter in there for $1,000 a month.
Did you pay that straight cash?
Cash.
Okay.
Cash, yep. So it was really me saving up that rent money on top of me still hustling. So it was just like, and that was like 2 years later after the first one. I just kept saving, you know,
Did you sell that one or you rented that one too?
I have never sold a house.
Dang.
Never
that's
sold a
what's
house.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long, I guess, from that first deal, you learned about like hiring contractors and stuff like that? So like, how was that process for the second one?
Yeah, so the second one didn't need much work. Actually, the second one, I did all the work myself. So for the first job, I was watching all the contractors work. That was my goal. Is like, if I'm gonna pay these people, I'm gonna watch and see what they're doing so I can learn something. So the next time I don't have to pay you, or I know what it costs. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not paying you $10,000 to do some shit that might take you 2 days to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was learning. I was there every single day, just watching them and learning. So the second one, I did most of the work myself, and then now I just pay people because time is money. So
Okay. So like, how many deals have you done?
I got 7 units right now, 7 rentals.
Nice, nice.
Yep. So I'm rolling now.
So like, in terms of like monthly, is it duplex or are they all single family?
Yeah, so one of them is a duplex, and all the other ones are single family. One of them has 6 rooms in it, and I rent those out room for room to the students that live on the campus. Yeah.
Oh, that's smart
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, all right, so I know you was doing a couple out here. So how did that come about and what made you come out here?
So I came.
Tampa.
Yeah. So I came to Tampa when I was probably 23, and the reason I came out here was because back home I had a reputation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the best. Not saying I got good morals and stuff like that, but as far as getting into business, you know, people remember you for them to owe you. You know, especially when you getting into business. So I was like, man, in order for me to reinvent myself, I got to get around individuals who are like-minded, who may not know me from my past, so I can present myself as who I am today.
Yeah.
So that's why I moved out here. But when I was out here, I didn't buy any properties here, just because the market here is expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's $200,000-300,000. And at the time, a couple years ago, I didn't know anything about lending and about how hard money works, about how the banks work or anything like that.
Yeah.
So every house I ever bought was cash. I was just using my own money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so now it's like, damn, bro, all this money I put into all these houses, I could have 40 houses.
Right.
So that's how, like, last year I only had 3 properties, and then this year I'm at 7. So I bought 4 properties in 1 year.
Right. And
Just
the
off
year's
of,
not even over.
and the year ain't even over. It's only been 6 months.
Yeah.
I bought 3 properties in 3 months, in the past 3 months. So
And
rolling.
those are still like under construction,
Yep.
or are they completely done?
Yep, they're still under construction.
Okay.
Yep.
So like, let's say I wanted to get into, you know, the new construction, renting out. I guess what is like the first steps?
There's a couple different steps. It really all depends on where you're at in the process. So if you got a lot of money, then you can really jump straight into it. You got to know how the lenders work and stuff like that. But
What would you say is a lot of money, like in terms of what's a good starting point?
I would say 10% of whatever you're looking at buying. So it depends what market you're in. If the houses
Let's say we're in Kentucky.
if you're in Kentucky, the average property is $236,000. So you probably need 20K to get you one.
Okay.
So.
And then how much am I gonna need for everything else? Because I know it's contractors,
Right.
lenders.
Yeah.
Well, the 20K is for the lenders, but like, how does that work?
So the beautiful part about real estate is all you need is the 20% of the purchase price. So when you're dealing with these lenders, the hard money lenders, they capitalize off of people who maybe don't have the best credit score or don't have the capital. So what happens is, as long as you got 20% of the purchase price, they'll give you 100% of the rehab.
So are you giving it to them, that 20%?
Yep.
And then they're giving you the 100%, and then they holding that 20% as collateral or something like that?
Yep, exactly. So what they're doing is they're giving you the rest of the money to buy it and 100% of the construction costs. And that's really free game because a lot of people don't know that. That's how people go from one property to 10 in a matter of a year or two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I learned in the past year or two. Then now that's how I'm scaling. So.
Okay, so like what, I guess, hiccups? Because I know it's not just smooth sailing. Like there's always something going on.
Boy.
So like, what are some hiccups that you had to go through
So
while doing this?
I'm gonna be honest. These 3 fix and flips that I'm doing now are gonna be my last ones. After that, I'm going into new construction, and I'll be building from the ground up. And the only reason why is because it's much simpler. You have blueprints and CAD drawings and stuff like that, so it's all literally drawn out for you. The hiccups with these fix and flips are you just never know what you're getting into. So you might, bust a wall down, knock some drywall down, and realize that the trusses have termite damage, or the trusses are rot. Now you gotta redo the floor joists, or the wiring might be messed up. You might have to move a wall or two. But with new construction, everything is pretty much in place beforehand. So there's a whole lot of planning that goes into it beforehand with new construction.
Like you're gonna be doing this strictly in Kentucky, like moving forward in terms of the new construction?
Yeah, so I'm doing my first 2 deals. I just bought some land literally 2 days ago in Kentucky where I'll be building 2 houses side by side. So I'm gonna start in my backyard. That's what I encourage everybody to do. Just start where you know, because for one, you know what it's gonna sell for, and you know the neighborhoods. So location is everything with real estate. So you wanna make sure you're buying in a good area. So I'm gonna start in my backyard, then I'll probably end up moving somewhere back to Florida or Texas or something after I get my feet wet.
And then, you could always send it to like my group if you're looking for land. We could provide you land as well.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to talk to you about is like, since you're already selling land, I know with the land flippers, y'all look for developers.
Yeah.
Right, so it's like, all right, I'm going to be networking with a whole bunch of developers in this space. If I come to them like, look, I got somebody who finds land in any area. All he specializes is in land, you know what I'm saying? And then we can build a relationship that way and provide value to other people. So it all goes hand in hand.
That'd be dope.
For sure. Yeah.
So like, let's say there's like an 18-year-old, he's watching this podcast. He's like, listen, I got 20 grand saved up. I don't know what he was doing at 16, but he got 20K saved up.
Yeah.
Like, what advice can you give them?
So the first thing you need to do is find a deal. And what I tell everybody is, all you have to do is go through your contacts and text everybody in your contacts and say, hey, I'm into real estate. Do you know anybody looking to sell a house? Most people never tell anybody that they're into real estate, so they never find a deal. All you have to do is literally go through your contacts. I've never had nobody not get a lead from that.
Wow.
Because I mentor, I have about 10 mentees right now. I'm just, getting my feet wet with teaching people, but all of them have gotten a deal from that, their first deal. So it's
when
really
I think about it, it makes sense. I mean, I got like 1,000 contacts, probably only text like 3 people, 4 people. So it's like, damn.
So somebody, their neighbor selling a house. I got a house in Madisonville. This guy did the same thing. His granny is looking to sell her house. So it's just like random, you just never know, you know? So, so you get in your contacts, message everybody, you'll find a deal. And then from there, you hit me up. I'll get you a hard money lender if you don't have one. And then you go from there. And then the next phase is finding good contractors, knowing how to vet them.
So how'd you find yours? Like how, because I think that's, from what I heard, that's the hardest part.
The hardest part.
Finding reliable contractors. So how'd you vet yours? And then, You know, how'd you even build that relationship with them?
Yeah, so really it's all about sales at the end of the day. So, you know, when you meet these people, they don't know you, you don't know them. So I always made it a handshake stern. So when I go meet these people, I let them know it's business out of top. I'm not trying to be friends with you. Like, I know you're out to beat me, and I'm out to get the best deal as possible for me. So you can find them at Home Depot, literally sitting outside, walking through Home Depot. If they got paint on their pants, they're most likely a painter. And then what I do is I have a Google sheet where anybody I meet, random or not, on the internet or whatever, I put them into my Google sheet. And when I'm looking for a painter, I go to my Google sheet. Okay, here's a list full of painters. Call each one. And then what you do is you get them to bid your job. So, hey, come out. They'll do free estimates. So they'll come out, give you an estimate. Okay, you gave me an estimate for 8K. Now I'm going to go to the next lender, the next contractor, and say, I got 8K. Can you beat it? Yeah, I'll do 6K. All right, I'm going to take that 6K and go to the next, and you just shop around, and you just get to the lowest part. And then obviously you got to make sure that their work is good and they have good quality.
Yeah.
So that's basic. Just show me pictures of your last projects. You look at it, be okay, that's good, you know, whatever.
Damn,
But
that's it.
that's it. And then as you go, you know, you learn who's reliable, who's not, who's going to leave at 1 o'clock every day, who's going to stay the whole 8 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you just vet them out like that. And yeah.
Okay. Do you have your contractor's license, or do you need one in Kentucky to build?
So in order to build, you need a GC.
Yeah.
You have to have your GC license. But there's people that'll GC for you and pull the permits for you for a percentage.
Okay.
You break them off.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
that's what you plan on doing.
Yep.
Yeah, because I took that GC test. That
I've heard about it. I heard it ain't easy.
That thing is hard.
Yeah, I've heard
hard.
about it. I'm gonna get mine. In Kentucky, it's pretty easy to get it. So I'm sure in some states it's harder than others.
Yeah, for Florida, they require like 3 tests, like accounting, construction, concrete. I'm like,
yeah, that shit's dead. I ain't doing all that.
yeah.
But
So like, what's your? I guess, let's say a year from now, how many projects do you think you're gonna be doing a year from now? If you had to just like put a goal or vision, like how many do you think?
so I'm optimistic. You know, I think I can do anything. I think I'm Superman. I always been like that. But I'm gonna build 2 this year. Next year I'll probably build 6 or 7, and then from that point I'll probably stop doing so many and do more high quality projects. So more luxury builds, start building mansions and stuff like that, and try to get my margins down and my equity higher. So instead of building, you know, a $200,000 house and making 100K, I'll build $1 million house and make 700K. Right. Even though it'll take me longer, it's a bigger
Big
cash.
spread,
Yeah.
I've been seeing a couple people in Tennessee. That's what they do, and they started off similar to you. So I think that's a good ass route for you, for sure.
Yeah. And what I want to end up doing is, you know, building houses for high level celebrities and high level entrepreneurs and other people with money that, you know, necessarily don't have the vision. I put that together for them and build them a house. So
that's dope. Did you used to like watch like YouTube videos on like mega mansions or MTV cribs? I be wondering like builders was watching that when we were younger, and now as we adults now, you get into that. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, bro. We didn't even have cable. I wasn't watching shit. I was watching Medea movies in the DVD player, but I've heard of it. You know, I just really I fell in love with real estate when I realized that it's all backed by numbers. It's all math. So like, you know, stocks and stuff like that. That stuff's unpredictable. You know, Donald Trump can make a tweet, and the whole crypto market can just get smashed. I know you got Bitcoin, I got crypto too, but it's like I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, you know, if the house next door is worth $300,000, and I build a house next to it, I'm gonna get the same price. It's just, you know, copy and paste. So there's formulas and stuff with real estate. That's why I love it.
So what motivation can you give, I guess, the next person? Like I said, that up and coming 18-year-old or 21-year-old, he just graduated college and He's like, I don't know what I want to do, but I see them, they making money with real estate. What advice can you give them?
The advice I would give you is do not think that you need money to get into real estate. Bro wholesales. You don't need no money to go wholesale.
You don't.
You can join his community, wholesale you 2 or 3 deals, make you 5, 10, 20K, however, come up with 20K. Ask your grandma, ask your mom, whoever. Come up with 20K, you buy you your first property using hard money. You don't have to have a whole lot of money to do this. And honestly, if you get a good enough deal under contract, you can hit me up or you can hit somebody up. They'll be able to give you the money to get started if the deal makes sense. So a lot of people, they get scared before the process even gets started. It's like, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna put my back against the wall and then figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most people, I don't even, it's like, bro, you just gotta jump out there. You know, like I said, text your whole contacts, all right, bet, let's get it under contract. You got 90 days to close. During that 90 days, scrounge you up some money. Go shop the contract around to people. Hey, I got this contract. Hey, I got this house. Somebody might give you 10K. Somebody might give you 20K to get the first, your first deal going. So my advice is just get into it.
Do you partner with any of your students?
Yeah. If I'm teaching you, I know you ain't gonna go wrong. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'll partner with them, especially if the deal makes sense.
How does that process look?
So it also depends what area they're in. So if I don't have contractors there, it's gonna be hard for me to put my face onto something that I don't know the product. Yeah. But I teach my mentees how to vet contractors. So it's up to them to go out and make sure the contractors are doing, the right job. But like I said, I'll partner with any of my mentees as far as money goes. So I have a whole bunch of lines of credit with different banks and stuff like that. So I can become a lender myself, really, if I wanted to, and lend out my own money. But, like I said, if the deal makes sense, I'll make it work for people, for sure.
Are like most of your mentees out of state, like out of Kentucky, or are they like around you?
Yeah, most of them is in my area. A couple of them are out of state.
Yeah.
That have like hit me up from TikTok and stuff like that. But
dope.
It is what it is. We make it, like I said, we make it work for everybody.
So what's your goal in terms of like the content? Like, what made you want to start that? And like,
get into that, yeah. So like, I haven't really been shooting content because I've always been the type of person like, when you're in the streets and stuff, you're not supposed to let everybody know what you're doing. You're supposed to just, man, I'm gonna do me. So it's uncomfortable to get out and be vulnerable and put yourself on the internet and stuff like that. But now I'm to the point where I'll never do anything illegal or put myself in jeopardy. So it's like, all right, now let me be more vulnerable. Let people know that have been in the same situations I have, that it's okay, to grow and evolve and go down the right path. So really it's just a testimony, you know what I'm saying? It's like, somebody got to do it, you know what I'm saying? And like Kendrick Lamar said, sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas. So it's like, it's that time, you know what I'm saying? I'm done being humble and just taking it all in for myself. I'm ready to give back to other people and show the world we made of, so.
That's dope. And how long you been doing this?
I've been doing real estate for 5 years now.
That's dope, bro. So, and you plan on doing this this is your career now.
This is it. I do a little bit of other, I got a couple other things. Like I have a media agency, a small little media agency that I run. But other than that, real estate is what I'm full time in. So.
Okay.
Yep.
So where can the people follow you at?
So y'all can follow me on Instagram, Undefeated Ike. You can follow me on TikTok, Undefeated Ike. It's Undefeated Ike on all platforms, YouTube, and everything else. So we're gonna be growing our brand within the next few years. We're gonna be big, so y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir. And if you want the plan on how to flip land, you know where to come. Game changer.
Yes, sir.